What's up, faithful? Welcome to 49ers Breakdown. My name is Aaron. Excited to get into tonight's breakdown. Click the link to join live. Let's talk ball. Question for tonight: how did Kyle use RG3? How did Kyle use RG3? Excuse me. And will that look anything like how he used Trey Lance last year? Will it look anything like how he uses Trey Lance this year? I guess we will see. But I think it's intriguing to break it down. So we're going to look at some highlights from RG3's rookie year. And I think we can kind of take away from, okay, this is the main quarterback that Kyle had that was able to break down defenses with his feet. Now, Johnny Manziel had some of that, but not as much as RG3, obviously. So I think we can get an idea of what Kyle likes to do with an athletic quarterback. Now, some people might say, well, RG3 got hurt. Yeah, well, quarterbacks get hurt. And he actually didn't get hurt on a play in which there was a huge collision. It was kind of a freak injury in a way. But with that said, today's NFL in 2022 is a whole lot different than it was 10 years ago, right? When RG3 was a rookie. And when RG3 was a rookie, you could still hit the quarterbacks a little bit. Now they've basically put flags on the quarterbacks, right? So you can't hit them as much. With that said, it's intriguing to take a look and see exactly how Kyle used RG3 and what we can expect on how he might use Trey Lance. So, without further ado, let's look at some of RG3's statistical achievements from his rookie year in 2012. How interesting is it that RG3 was a rookie exactly 10 years ago? And here we have Trey Lance, a rookie. And now going into this, 2022, 2023 season, 10 years later, Kyle has another athletic quarterback. So we can get an idea of what he might do. Now, the system changes a little bit, no question, but I think we're going to see more similarities than not. So the question I have is, how did Kyle use RG3? And then the next question beyond that would be, can we expect him to use Trey in a similar way? And I think we can. My hope is that he rushes less. He rushes him less, right? But when you look at RG3's rookie year, okay, this was a playoff team. Our RG3 had a lot of success, rookie of the year, played pretty darn good football. Now, played all 15 games, right? One week is a bye week then. And you can see that he had 393 attempts with 258 completion. He threw for over 3,000 yards. Okay. He had an 88-yard touchdown, was as long. He threw for 20 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. That's nice. That's nice. Only throwing for 5 interceptions in 15 games. That's a stat I'd like to see. If Trey can go with only 5 picks this year, I think that's a win for the Niners, right? And ultimately, he had 102.4 quarterback rating. I think that's impressive. So with that said, how did he do rushing the ball? Well, he had 15 games again, 120 attempts for 815 yards. 120 divided by 15 is somewhere right 8, I believe. So between 5 and 10 rushing attempts a game, 8 is a little high for me. I'd like to see more like 5 a game, right? 5 a game would be more pleasing to me. But when you look at RG3's numbers from his rookie year, 3,200 yards passing here with 815 yards rushing and only 5 interceptions. Jeez. That's getting it done. That's getting it done at a high level. The other thing to recognize is that Washington in 2012 did not have the team, especially the defense, that Trey's inheriting, right? So while they did have some skill set guys like Pierre Garçon and Santana Moss, they didn't have the defense that the Niners have. And you guys remember the Niners were tough in 2012. Seattle was tough in those years. The NFC was a tough, And they made the playoffs. And they played Seattle, I believe, in the wild card and lost. But RG3 had a heck of a year. One note, he had a hard time holding on to the ball. 9 fumbles. So we see 9 fumbles from RG3's rookie year. But a very, very statistically impressive year from RG3, throwing for over 3,000 yards, rushing for over 800 yards, and only throwing 5 interceptions his rookie year. So, how did Kyle use RG3? Well, we're going to look at that now. If you'd like, jump in the live. If you're watching right now, jump in the live. We can break this down together. You don't have to jump on with a cam. You don't have to cam up. You can just do audio if you would like. But you can see from RG3 stats, 3,200 yards passing, only 5 interceptions, and 815 yards rushing his rookie year. Took the Washington Commanders, right? Skins at that time, football team, whatever you want to call them, took him to the playoffs as a rookie. Very impressive rookie year. 102.4 quarterback rating. So we got to like what we see. And now let's take a look at the video. Let's break down some film on what it looked like with RG3 and Kyle Shanahan together. This is the best example we have of a season of Kyle and another mobile quarterback. Now, obviously, Johnny Manziel could move a little bit, but nothing like RG3, nothing like Trey Lance, right? It's just not the weapon. And we got a little bit of flavor last year. We got a feel for what Kyle might do with Trey, but I think that's under I don't know if I trust the guy to really sit in the pocket as much. So with an off season, hopefully. Now, RG3 rushed about 8 times a game as a rookie. We're hoping, at least I'm hoping, that it's about 5 times a game with Trey. I think that bodes well for the Niners. I'd like to see Trey use his feet when the play breaks down, similar to how Russell Wilson has done over the years. I believe Trey is a more true quarterback. I believe he has the head, the talent, and the ability to be very successful from the pocket. So with that said, feel free to hit the link and join the live if you would like. And let's talk ball. Let's break this down. I'm going to jump in right now, and we're going to break down some film. Thank you, everybody, for being here. What's up, faithful? What's up, family? Welcome to 49ers Breakdown. Let's get into this film. What we're going to look at here is we're not going to single out one single game. I want to look at highlights. I want to look at personnel groupings. I want to look at the plays, the successful plays that RG3 had his rookie season. So without further ado, we're going to run through this. Hopefully I don't get, nicked, because for some reason they like to nick my breakdowns and take me offline, but hopefully I'm here for everybody. Please like, subscribe, and share. But without further ado, let's jump in. We could see right off the bat, we're in 12 personnel. So, you guys remember that, the Redskins had solid tight ends back in the day. And, Jordan Reed was one of their tight ends. I believe Logan Paulson was a tight end. So Kyle likes to use multiple tight end sets. Recently, he's kind of went more fullback, and you see Juice kind of being that second tight end in some aspects. Or of course, he does like to use Dwelly, and he'll even use, 3 tight ends. But, we see 12 personnel here with RG3 in the gun. And I believe that's Alfred Morris at tailback. So let's see what we get here on first down here. So it's 2nd and 10 here. This is the first play they run. Little front side zone read. So this is a double option, a veer play. Okay, so it's essentially a veer play. And it's just double option. Whenever you see without a pitch man in an option play, it would be double option, not triple option, right? Triple option would be a dive man and a pitch man. So this is a double option to the front side, a read option. So they're reading, I believe that's Cameron Jordan to the top of the screen here. They're going to read him and then run off of him on 2nd down here from 12 personnel. He squeezes. So now they know they got numbers, and they're up for a 12-yard gain on 1st down. Let's go. I think that's a play the Niners will run. Personnel grouping, I can see it. We might see more of 11 personnel there, or maybe 21 personnel. But the Niners have position versatility, so they can do a lot of maybe personnel groupings that he wasn't able to do. But I think the play design is something the Niners will definitely do. Looks like here they're in a 1st and 10, and I believe it's 21 personnel. It looks like 2 running backs. If not, it's 12 again. Yeah, I think that's 12. They got 2 tight ends in the game. And this right off the bat looks like play action to me, but I could be wrong. Yeah, play action. And they're going, this is basically what you see, what is called an over route. So some teams call this Dallas. But basically what you're looking at here is this top guy is running a deeper post, trying to hold that free safety, and then they run an over route across. Sometimes this will turn into a dig, right, more flat, and sometimes it'll turn into, basically a post, or what they call an over route. So the top guy is taking the safety off. The safety jumps the under guy, they throw to the top guy. If the safety stays on top, then they throw to the over route. So this is just a play action play here. Let's go back here and look. Motion across to a trips bunch type formation. A little split option with the over route concept, and Garcon is gone. This is a play that the Niners do run and will run. You've seen variations of that same play last year with Trey, right? When he threw to Sherfield, when he threw to Debo. Now, that wasn't as much of a rollout. That was off of more of an inside zone look as opposed to an outside zone. But you see how that top route, that's almost a pass interference. You guys see that? He's throwing his arms out at this guy. How do they not call that? That's just absolutely crazy. This guy's falling over because he gets like straight bench pressed by that receiver. But you guys can see how that post is trying to clear the underneath for the over route off the play action, and it turns into a big gain. How does that happen? Well, it happens because you have an athletic quarterback that freezes linebackers, that freezes safeties. You have a running game that Kyle loves to run the football. So here's a pistol look. You saw this last year. I remember specifically, 21 personnel specifically against Seattle. In that second half, the Niners came out in this exact formation. So you see a strong pistol formation, 21 personnel. Actually, that'd be weak because the tight end's over here. So you got a weak pistol with tight end to the top of the screen there. And this looks like, I can't tell what down and distance it is. But there's a rollout play action. RG3 buys time, throws back across the field. Jeesh, that's a play. That's a heck of a play right there. And so once again, let's go ahead and watch that. So they're play actioning the inside zone. Now this fullback, this is very similar to the last play. This fullback is going to go to the flat as opposed to a tight end. So it's that split zone look, but instead of kicking out the end. Now RG3 could have dunked that down. 9 times out of 10, the coach is just gonna be like, get your money, right? Get your money. Just hit that right now. But RG3, he's a big play guy. He wants to stop, break down his feet, and throw all the way across the field to get a big gainer. It's one of those no, yes plays, right? Just a heck of a play here. 3rd and goal. Okay, so let's see what we got here. 3rd and goal. RG3, rookie year. Trips to the bottom of the screen. It looks like 11 personnel. I believe this is a tight end. And it looks kind of like cover 0 unless they're playing zone across the front side and just locking up the backside. So this could be a pressure. This could be disguised. Let's see what they get here. So yeah, here comes the pressure. Cover 0, trips, and this is a play that the Niners run. I can tell what this is already. Basically, what you got is you got 2 runoffs and a slant. Okay, so what they're going to try to do is hit this slant underneath. Okay, and they'll run a corner and kind of a sit stop. But basically, this entire play is I got a 1-on-1 over here I can go get if I like, or I'm going to try to hit this slant underneath versus man coverage. RG3 just dials that slant because that's just all day versus man. There's too many rubs. Do you guys see that? There's too many rubs on that play. If you're going to run man against that and blitz your inside backers, it's just going to be a long day, right? Because you have nobody to defend the middle of the field. So RG3 does a good job here setting his feet and delivering the ball, not worried about contact. This guy's getting rubbed by that guy, just natural rubs. Kyle's run this play last year. So this is a play he ran 10 years ago, and this is a play he ran last year. So this is definitely a play we will see Trey be able to run. You can see these routes out right here are taking the guys to the outside. The slant's going to come to the inside. They're bringing 6 and cover 0, and RG3 does a great job delivering the ball on time. And that is a play we will see. No question about it. Shanahan staple. Right here, it looks like we have 11 personnel, trips bunch, unless this is another tight end, then we're looking at 12 personnel here. Looks like 3rd and 6, so third down play for RG3. Kyle Shanahan running the offense. The defense is showing a pressure look, a 6-man pressure look, out of an odd front look, kind of an exotic look here. And but they drop 8. So they're only rushing 3 here. They're only rushing 3. And RG3 drops back deep. We don't have the all 22, but he does a great job buying time here. Wow. Ooh, and then hits, looks like Santana Moss on a crosser. That's a nice play. I mean, that's off schedule, right? So they drop 8, right? And so he's got all the time in the world with his athleticism. You don't want to lose containment on a guy like RG3. You want to keep him in the pocket, make him sit there and get antsy. They lose contain on him. Well, you lose contain on a guy and everybody starts running up for him because he's so athletic. And basically Santana Moss, as we can see, does the scramble drill, reroutes. And okay, so here's the next play. They do a little zero screen. So this now screen that we're seeing, hey, look at this. Trent Williams, y'all. Trent Williams out in the flat getting his money. We're going to see some of this. Now, we know that Kyle still likes to run these now screens. So this is definitely a play that we're going to see. And Trent Williams getting his money like he always does. Wow, that's that play to Garcon. That's that big play to Garcon we saw. So they're just kind of reviewing some highlights. There's the basically that slant. So you got 2 outs and a slant. It's basically just a man beater, right? Where you're running a slant from the outside and the trips, and the 2 inside receivers are running basically their defenders off. It's a wonderful man beater when you got the single receiver and man that you could also take to the top of the screen. So here's a 2nd and 19, and it looks like we have I can't tell if they have a tight end in the game or not. It could be 10 personnel, or it could be, if this is a tight end, I'm not sure. 12 years ago, I don't know all the players back then, but basically we're getting another exotic, right? We're getting another exotic. Now, a lot of teams are always going to press this single receiver side. Sometimes they'll run a little bit of zone concepts. But when you get a bunch like this, it's really hard to run man, right? So sometimes they'll run what's called like exchange routes. Like, hey, you take the guy that goes out, you take the guy that go vertical, and you take the guy that goes in. So they'll run combo coverages to this type of look. And that's why Kyle's doing this right here. But let's see what RG3 does in 2nd and 19. Okay, so as I mentioned, one guy's going out, one guy's going in, one guy's going vertical. It looks like we have a combo coverage, and then man to the top of the screen. They keep their back in to protect. This is a cover 1 concept. Actually, this looks like a zone dog. See, so when they have 4 guys coming, one guy comes in, but we got a zone dog where guys are vacating. So only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, so 5 are coming. So, but it looks like a zone dog here, a zone blitz with 5 coming. And it looks like RG3, whoo, that's a tough one. He goes to the single receiver side. Now, what you'd like to see him do is maybe declare that a little sooner. Okay, so if he's gonna decide to go to this side, you're gonna want to see him declare that a little sooner. He's throwing off his back foot with a free runner, so that's why this ball is a little bit kind of that. Now that defender's playing top shoulder, which is where you want him, but then he attacks the ball from behind the player, which is the last thing you want to do, right? So exactly, that's what's going to happen. And he's able to get a good completion. So, one thing with that read there, I like the read going to the single receiver side there, but Trey's got a stronger arm. Trey's got that bullet arm. Now, don't get me wrong. RG3 could flat sling a deep ball. He could sling the ball very far. But when you're talking about velocity, getting there on a back shoulder fade, or velocity getting there on a hitch, because basically what you're looking at is choice routes on that single receiver side, right? We're either going to run a hitch, back shoulder, or we're going to run by the guy. But Trey's got velocity, right? He can just absolutely get it in there. Almost kind of a lucky play there. Here we have 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. Again, if anybody wants to join the live, click the link. You can jump in here. Feel free to jump in. You don't have to cam up. If not, thanks so much for being here. Please like, you guys, subscribe, and share. Much love. Faithful all day, every day. Trey in the Bay. Let's go. All right. So we got 2nd and 8, 21 personnel. Looks like they're keeping the tight end in top screen to block. And it looks like we got a little play action off the inside zone look. a lead play, and sometimes they like to leak the back, right? And that's just a wonderful play. We saw a variation of this play. Kyle will play action to a back and then throw to him. He did that a lot with Matt Schaub in Houston. We saw it last year. Elijah Mitchell scored a touchdown against Houston on a similar play. But we're going to see a lot of this 21 personnel, where, you know, the Niners love to use juice because it makes it really difficult on defenses. They can't really get in their nickel packages as much, right? But so we got 21 personnel here, little play action off the ISO, tailback leaks, nice little check down. Okay, when you're given a run look and faking a handoff to a guy, it's hard for a linebacker to stick to that guy in a hug technique, right? Because he's playing the run, and then all of a sudden it's a pass. It's a very difficult play to defend. Once again, so this is a very similar look. Sorry, we're going to go back to that one more time. And but this is a nice, easy money play that I do anticipate Kyle running variations of, as we've already seen him do with Trey. Okay, now this play looks like we have 22 personnel. So that's Logan Paulson. We got a tight end here to the bottom of the screen. 22 personnel. That's why you see 9 men in the box almost here, okay? And because they're defending run. But what does Kyle do? Little play action off of the ISO. And he's hitting that hole right there to the tight end. That is a play the Niners will run. And that is actually a very similar concept we saw last year with Trey. I believe Trey got the ball batted down when they ran that exact play. So they're just trying to hit windows in between the backers, trying to suck up the backers. And the tight end's going to look to find a window in between them, and little tight end option play there. Easy money off of play action, right? And look at that. I mean, can you guys see the score up there? 40 points. So, I mean, that's the first game of the year, and they're putting up 40 points. And when you have a quarterback that's a run threat, it's tough. So here we have what looks to be, I can't really tell the personnel, maybe 11 personnel, and they're running that front side double option. So you could call it a veer, or you could call it a front side zone read, but ultimately RG3's keeping, and they're just running in the end zone. So this is a play we saw them run with Trey this year. See that front side zone read? Well, the end is going in. We got everybody blocked on the outside. You got to make one guy miss the corner of the safety coming up, and you got easy money, and that's exactly what RG3 does. So that's a play that the Niners ran this year. Oftentimes they would run it with a lead blocker. Juice is a lead blocker for Trey. So little variations, but something we're going to see. Again, personnel grouping that we're going to see. All right, 21 personnel, 1st and 10. Kyle loves to run play action on 1st and 10. I like that little orbit look right there, right, with the receiver. So they fake the inside out or outside zone there. Excuse me. Let me take a closer look here. Let me take a closer look. There's that zone, front side zone read, that little veer double option for the touchdown. Okay, and here we have what I was talking about, that orbit. Okay, so that's a play action ISO to reverse, and then you got a deep shot, and there's that deep ball that he threw so well. Look at this, y'all. I mean, that's Leonard Hankerson, I believe, and he's not a burner, but when you have play action like that, it just opens up so much money, right? You're faking to the ISO, then you're faking to the reverse, and then you got a deep shot with an over coming underneath. Now you're putting a guy in a one-on-one situation that's really hard to defend. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, because Trey can throw the rock. 3rd and 10 here. And looks like we have 11 personnel. Little Trey to the bottom of the screen. We call it Trey because the Y is in there, right? So Trey to the bottom of the screen. And looks like defense is kind of rocking there in a nickel. And this is just quarterback draw. Now, this is a play we saw the Niners run with Trey multiple times. Okay, so balanced dual formation here. It looks like 10 personnel with the running back on 2nd and goal, and they just go lead draw once again, touchdown, right? Because if you're going to try to play coverage with 2 safeties and you got wide nines, and this is what the Niners ran into. Not last season, but the year before, when they were playing Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson, and they're trying to scheme them up, and then maybe 3rd down or any type of distance, and all of a sudden they're running draws, or these quarterbacks are taking off when you're trying to run coverage. It is a nightmare, you guys. If you got a quarterback that can sling it and can also run, it's a nightmare. And what I really like about today's NFL well, I don't know that I like it so much, but it bodes well for the Niners, is that they kind of put like a flag on the quarterback, right? You can't hit him. You can't hit the guy. So if Trey's smart and slides and gets down, it bodes well for him. Once again, you guys, this is a lead draw. All right. So they come out in a personnel grouping that's going to give you a 2 safety high or a nickel type personnel defense, right? So they come out in 10 personnel with only 1 running back. The defense counters that with coming out in a nickel. And then what do? They run lead draw. And it works well because the tailback becomes a fullback and your quarterback becomes a tailback and you got windows, right? Look at this. I mean, this is something that, Kyle did a lot last year with Trey in the minimal amount of times they had him. They ran, I could think of 4 or 5 draws at least right off the top of my mind that they ran with Trey. And so we're going to see this draw again this year. So you guys can see the big plays, the money that RG3 was getting, the easy money RG3 was getting out of this system. So those are the first 2 games of the season. They go to week 3 versus Cincinnati. And once again, we get a little play action here. The boot. He doesn't like what he's seeing coming back across the field. He extends the playoff schedule, checks it down. That's a nice little check down. This wouldn't go on a lot of people's highlight videos, but for me, that makes sense. He's not forcing anything downfield. One thing to think about is RG3 only threw 5 interceptions his rookie year. He threw for over 3,000 yards. He rushed for over 800 yards, but he only threw 5 interceptions. Those are the type of numbers we want to see Trey have. I can go with less than 800 yards rushing. That'd be fine. Give more to Elijah Mitchell and the other guys. But with that said, you did a great job of taking care of the football. Once again, a little ISO play action. There's that dig route splitting. You see, I don't care if you're in man or you're in zone. There's windows when you run play action. Play action is the great equalizer to defeating coverages because it freezes the defense. Even if they're not coming up, their feet are in cement, right? Kels, what's up, bro? Man, good to see you. Wow, jeez, bro, get you one. Let me know, man. I might just have to send you one, Kels. What's up, brother? Good to see you here, my friend. Good to see you here. Much love to you and all the faithful. Check it out, RG3 here. Everybody go to Kelts Chronicles. Check out his page. Good dude, good insight. And he is all about the Bay. Born and raised. Vallejo. So 3rd and 7 here. Now we have that weak pistol look again. We're calling it weak because the backs are offset to the weak side, the tight ends to the strong side. So we have 21 personnel. This is a 3rd and 7. Similar, Niners ran this against Seattle last year. So Trey's first action that he saw, they were running this formation, first regular season action when Jimmy got hurt. And we got a 3rd and 7 here, and they're doing a little, triple option. Let's go. That is just silly. That is so silly, you guys. Oh my goodness. I can't handle that. I don't even know where I'm at now. Okay, so yeah, we're good. We're good. Look at this, you guys. All right, so this is triple option now. So instead of double option, we're running triple option. We're going to read this defender right here. If this guy comes down and takes away the dive, I'm going to keep it. If this guy takes me, I'm going to pitch it. So this is a triple option, good old-fashioned triple option out of the pistol. This is just absolute, just pure water. I'm telling you, this is great play call on 3rd and 7. You guys have seen it. You guys are Niner fans. You've seen Kyle run the ball on 3rd and long where other coaches don't do it. Kyle will do it. He'll run that. Remember he ran that trap with Mostert on 3rd and long against Green Bay in 19. Then last year against Green Bay, I think he ran Debo on 3rd down, right? I think he even went on 3rd down against Dallas. He was running the ball. He's got a lot of guts and it makes sense, right? Because it's statistically, it's not what you're planning on them doing. 3rd and 7, teams throw the ball, right? But this is triple option. If he goes down, I'm going to keep it. If this guy takes the back, I'm going to keep running. So you'll see that guy goes down, and then this guy's feet are in cement because he's got pitch guy. So RG3 is going to attack him. If he can split this window, he's going to keep it, right? Makes sense? And that guy's sitting there, so RG3's like, okay, I'm going to split the window. I'm going to get my first down. Oh, I love that play. I love that play on the right down and distance. And you know what else I like about it is they ran it to the weak side of the formation. So you set the tight end to the strong side. You have the weak pistol formation to the weak side of the formation. So now all your, all the strong side defenders are to the top of the screen and they're running at the nickel. That's really nice play call. I like that play. I hope we see that play this year sporadically. Not a lot of triple option. I don't want to run a lot of triple option, but I think that play could be easy money for the Niners. All right, so it looks like we have 21 personnel. This is more traditional weak formation, weak I formation from under center. And this is sprint right option. We know this play, sprint right option. We know this play. This is a San Francisco 49er money play. This is the play that Dwight Clark got the catch on, right? The most famous play of all time for the Niners, Joe Montana. This is sprint right option, and they get a touchdown out of it. Money play. You're flooding that side of the field. You got that quick arrow route. Give your love to the Lord. There it is. See that? Flooding the side of the field, sprint right option. He's just running that quick arrow, beat your defender, that man defender to the pylon and get your money. Gotta love it. I mean, that's just so good because that's Bill Walsh, that's Mike Shanahan, that's old school football. Let's go. All right, so we got, it looks like 11 personnel. They're keeping the tight end. I can't even see it. Okay, the tight end's releasing here. So I believe that's a tight end. So it's either 10 or 11 personnel. Soft, looks like soft quarters coverage, 2nd and 14. Let's see what we get here. All right, so we got a 5-step drop. And they're running what looks to be, I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry. I probably went back a little too far there. My fault. So here's the sprint right option one more time. Beat your guy and man, get to the pylon. Right, you got one guy to the back pylon, one guy to the front pylon, and then you got an over route, or what on the old school they would call a drag. So here, it looks like they're running 4 vertical concept. You guys can see how they're all going vertical, and one guy's coming underneath. And I can't tell where he came from, but I believe he came from the slot. And so you got to like the mechanics there. You got to like the trust that Shanahan had in RG3 right there. 1st and 10, you got a dual bunch to the top of the screen. So this is dual formation, 10 personnel. And you know what I'm anticipating? I'm thinking quarterback draw. I could be wrong, and I'm probably wrong, but I'm just anticipating that. Okay, probably not now. Typically when they run these bunch concepts, you're going to get some crossing routes out of it. Let's see what they do. Yep, there goes the crossers. So you got that little under route, that little under. Oh, I remember that back. He was a little bulldozer. All right, so they run some spot concepts there. So just some simple spot concepts, spacing, right? And we used to call this the fin, right? So this is the fin route. So the flat to the in. So he's going to run flat in, right? Mostert got a lot of money off this play. So they're running spot concepts. You can see the 2 spots right there, and then the corners over the top of it. They're opening that middle. They're trying to vacate that middle for the fin, and for the fin route, the flat in route. And I remember that back. I forget his name. It's like Hey 2 or something, or Hey, I forget his name. Turn your back so I can see your name, bro. But he ran hard. I remember he ran hard. All right, so I think RG3 is about to run a sneak here. How about y'all? You gonna run a sneak? I think he's going to run a sneak. I think they want to run a sneak because he's trying to get on the ball fast. So let's see what they do here. Yes, sir. And, of course, we know Trey Lance can run the sneak as well. So, what we're seeing so far is a lot of similarities to what we saw Kyle run last year. Even similarities to what we've seen him run with guys like Johnny Manziel and even Kirk Cousins or Matt Ryan, right? So now here's a play in which RG3 does a good job extending the play, right? Now what I like to see here on this play, you want he vacates, he steps up, there's nothing there. You can see his eyes are still downfield. Okay, I'm gone. Now in today's NFL, remember this is 10 years ago, this is going to be a 15-yard penalty and maybe an ejection. Right. So if they do this to Trey Lance this year, they can expect to lose that guy. If that happens to Trey Lance when he's going out of bounds like that, it's likely a penalty because the quarterback, remember the quarterbacks they put flags on them. Oh, they even got a flag back then. It looks like, right? So, but these days that's probably an ejection. All right. Dual concept, 10 personnel. First and goal. We're gonna get okay. Yep, there's that quarterback draw. All right, there's that draw. There's that draw. So we know they like to run the draw. And they like to run out of 10 first personnel because it puts nickel on the field, right? And then boom, just walking into the end zone. So when you have a quarterback that can throw and run, it opens up a lot. And man, it reminds me of in 2019, I was the defensive coordinator. In the first game of the season, we played a team that kept running on fourth down. I would hold the team on fourth down, and they kept running these quarterback lead or draws on fourth and short. And it was difficult to defend because personnel wise, they would get me in positions to where I didn't want to load the box. So it's just bringing back bad memories. I have a feeling we're going to see very little design runs with Trey. Rich, bro, I hope you're correct. I hope you're correct because in his first year, it was just the opposite. I didn't like the game plan versus Arizona the first time we played Arizona. Trey ran the ball over 15 times in that game, or maybe it was exactly 15. RG3 on average only ran the ball 8 times a game. So, Trey ran the ball 15 times that game. And man, he got stopped at the half-inch yard line, and that was a collision. So, Kelts, I hope you're correct, bro, because they should have more confidence in him, right, to be able to throw the ball and run the entire offense. I think that, Trey has got a good head on his shoulders, and I think that, the maturity that he made throughout the season, they're going to want to protect their investment. I really hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right for sure. But this draw play is, this play right here, they ran like, I believe 3 times versus Arizona just alone. I remember seeing at least 4 or 5 times they ran that play in the short limited action they had. That game versus Cards, the Cards, I think, we had backs, but right. Yeah, it wasn't like they were too confident in the backs either. And I know Sermon played in the week before versus Seattle, actually had a couple decent runs. Easily his best carries of the year, but didn't play in that game. But I don't know the exact reason why, brother, that they ran him so much. But Elijah had some pop in his legs at that time of the year. He was running more with more burst than he had late in the year. So I think a lot of it was game plan. I just really do. And hopefully Kyle will have more confidence in Trey to run the entirety of the offense, if that makes sense. Here we're in first and 10, and it looks like 10 personnel. When a lot of times we've seen 10 personnel, we see these quarterback draws, but this time they're going to run a little drive concept, and he just delivers the ball really well. Now Trey's got to do a better job delivering on these short routes, right? So we've seen Trey miss some of these short routes, but this is just a simple drive concept. So you can see he's going to drive him off, and they're going to run this shallow cross right here, right? This guy will probably run a deeper cross over here, and then the outside guys are doing various route combinations. So that shallow cross is just a simple little pass that Jimmy did really well. If there's something that Jimmy did well, it was checking it down, right? It was checking it down, and it was thrown over the middle of the field with timing. And so Trey's just got to be able to do that, set his feet and hit those. And then he's got to be able to do it with touch and not always with velocity. I think Trey's very accurate when he throws with velocity, but sometimes you have to put a little polish on those throws. And I think that's what he worked on this offseason. Yeah, I agree, bro. TDP makes more sense. I think it's I think that's going to help. I like what the Niners did by adding TDP, to the room. Jeff Wilson coming back healthy is a big deal. Elijah in his second year after having a really stellar rookie season. Jordan Mason, JaMychal Hasty. I think we have depth at running back. So I just like that. I agree, brother. 100%. So here they have, looks like a 10 personnel, unless this guy's a tight end. I have a hard time remembering the players from that age. But first and 10, and they're running a stick concept. So this is a little stick concept. And this is a concept that the Niners still run. Every team in the NFL runs this concept. And so basically what you're going to get is you're going to get the outside guy. He's going to run a vertical. This guy's going to run an out, and this guy's going to run a sit or a stick. He's just going to stick it right there, right in that void. This guy's going to, if this guy right here, if this flat defender takes the stick, then they're going to throw the out. If he goes with the out, then they're going to hit the stick. All right. With that little play action, holds the backers. They're coming up on a hug technique, vacates that zone wide open. And good little West Coast concept. RG3 hits it, and now they're going. 1st and 10. This is with less than a minute left in the game here. And it looks like 10 personnel. He checks it down. You know, they're moving the ball. That's a clock eater, but, you know, they are moving the ball. Once again, it looks like they're trying to run a screen to the top of the screen. So RG3 takes off. This is, you know, again, that hit might be a penalty these days. I don't know. We just don't know about how the NFL rules stuff. But RG3 does a good job here because what they're trying to do is run a screen. They're trying to run a running back screen to the top, but the defense sniffs it out. Now, he's not selling it very well. But what he does here is he realizes, okay, I have linemen downfield. I can't throw the ball to another receiver. I got to take off, right? And so he does a great job getting downfield, slide. And don't take those hits. Don't take those hits, Trey. Don't take those hits, please, right? That's something we never want to see. Trips concept to the top. They got this little slant coming underneath. This is a play that Kyle runs often. Typically, he'll run it from the outside receiver, but basically they're just running 2 verticals and trying to get a natural rub so that guy can come free on the slant. But you seeing a lot of good things from RG3 and a lot of similarities to the personnel and plays that the Niners use still to this day. 10 years ago, you guys, 10 years ago. Wow. System is just like, I mean, and what's crazy, it's like it's come full circle, right? It's like it's come full circle. Got a dig. All right, so dual formation here, and it looks like they're just running a little hitch to the outside, verticals on the inside, little high-low concept. And RG3 does a good job hitting that pass. Now here is a little play action pop pass. This is a play that I did not see the Niners run that I would like to see them run. Okay, so here they're running a little high-low concept. They clear out this. They run the high, and then they run the low underneath it. They clear out this zone. He gets it to the guy on time before that contact can get there. Just a little high-low concept, simple passing concept. And here they're going to run a pop pass. So it's a little play action. They're going to release the tight end right in this zone. So if this guy comes up, we're going to hit the pop pass. If he stays back, we're going to hand it off. This is an RPO. See that? And that's a play I'd like to see the Niners run. That little RPO with the tight end. Can you imagine, you guys? Kittle getting that? Come on, somebody. All right, here's that little weak. Okay, so weak pistol with the tight end now in an up position as opposed to on the line of scrimmage. So this is an interesting formation. You don't see this formation a lot. I do like this formation, though, because it still enables the tight end to come reach this way, or he could come back across a little bit better. Let's see what they got here on 1st and 10. There's okay. Jeez. So another little play action concept where he can go with something immediately downfield or check it down. That's a nice concept. I mean, that's a nice little play call there. Let's run that back one more time, take a peek. All right. So it looks like we're gonna have a slant here. And they're reading backers and safety. If they like that, they can hit that. If not, they check it down to the back. But I like this also because you see this guy come over in the split protection, so you get the back up there and max. This guy kick in the end, and again we got this route coming here. But if they don't like that, you check it down. So he doesn't like the slant, comes and checks it down. Good play concept. Just a West Coast, very simple West Coast pass play, short, quick game concept that off of an exotic look from formation wise can make all the difference in the world. So we got a dual bunch to the bottom of the screen. 11 personnel, tight end is up top. 2nd and 20 here. Little hitch and go. Okay, so it looks like they froze the defender there on that. And so we're gonna watch this route at the top of the screen here. So the route at the top of the screen is going to take it off. Okay, so what they call that is a stick and go, right? So that tight end ran a little stick to the outside and then go. So stick and then go. So he pumps that stick and then hits the go. A little double move concept. I like it. Bring it back, Kyle. Bring back the stick and go, bro. You can hit that. You can hit that. Now here on 2nd and 10, we got 10. Looks like 11 personnel here. Okay, so we got 11 personnel. 2nd and 10. And there's that pop pass again. Remember that pop pass? Kyle, man, come back and watch this film. Come back and watch this film, Kyle, because there's some easy money on this. There is some easy money on this. Once again, we have 11 personnel with a traditional ace formation under center. So same formation as last, but now under center. They're faking the outside zone, right? And now we got some over routes coming, and RG3 just uses his feet. Didn't like what he saw downfield. The same thing that we know Trey can do. Trey can use his feet, right? No question. So Trey can use his feet. He breaks the pocket on the play action. Play action off the outside zone. So they fake the outside zone, a staple in Shanahan's offense. And now he's looking for an over route. Doesn't like what he sees here, right? There was coverage over the top of Santana. There's coverage there. So now he's just taking off here and trying to get what he can get, and gets a nice little gain there. Trio bunch concept to the top of the screen. You got a tight end to the bottom. So 11 personnel with the trio bunch concept to the top of the screen. 3rd and goal. And right here, they're running a drive concept. And RG3 extends the holy night. This is what you do not want to see. This is not a highlight. I would call this a low light, right? Oh, what's up, Flat Feet? I didn't see you in there, bro. Hey, what's up, Flat Feet? How you doing, bro? You got to unmute yourself, fam. I'll unmute you. Maybe I can. Flat Feet, you in here, bro? Flat Feet from Hawaii. What's up, bro? Go ahead and unmute yourself, Flat Feet, and we'll talk ball. Let's see. Unmute. Can't unmute guests because they chose to mute themselves. All right. Well, when you're ready, Flat Feet, bro, you let me know, man. You jump in. All you gotta do is hit that mic on your icon down there, and you'll be able to talk. Right now, nobody can hear you, brother. But when we're watching RG3, and he's trying to extend a play here on 3rd down, throw it away or get out of bounds. This right here, bam. We don't want to see it. Look at that. His face is in the turf right there. We don't want to see that with Trey. That's the last thing we want to see with Trey, right? So we hope that Trey has a little bit higher IQ to make sure that he gets down by sliding or just throws the ball away, right? Because you still get points. You can still get points there. All right, so versus Minnesota, we see Trey under center and 21 personnel, twins to the top of the screen, your tight ends on the bottom. In a goal line situation, 1st and goal. Little ISO play action, fullback leaks to the flat, touchdown. And this is a play the Niners will run off often, right? So Flat Feet, brother, if you're in the chat, bro, you just got to unmute yourself. Just unmute yourself, Flat Feet. Go ahead and unmute yourself, fam, and you'll be able to talk. And aloha, bro. I saw you say aloha in the private chat. So nice little play action play for the Niners. Easy money. And yeah, I mean, that's just it's easy money. So we see a 1st and goal here again. All right. Now there's a Trey look to the bottom of the screen, 11 personnel, tight end, receiver. Although this kind of looks like it could be another tight end. I can't quite tell. Flat Feet, what's up, bro?
Hey, sorry, I have to roll my trash out. Tomorrow's trash day.
I get it, bro. You got to take care of business. No problem there. How you doing, bro?
Good.
Nice, man.
Thanks
well,
for the
thank
live
you.
stream, man. I just found your channel. I was searching for information on Calvin Turner and see how he did during the minicamp, and I found your channel.
Nice. Yeah, I was really impressed with Calvin Turner, man. I'm hoping that he sticks with the Niners. I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet, whether they signed him from there or whether he's going to go on to Baltimore. I know he had a tryout with Baltimore as well if the Niners didn't sign him. So I'm hoping the Niners signed him, man, because I think he's got a lot of upside. I'm sure you know that from watching him.
Yeah, man. I want him to play for my team, you know?
Exactly, bro. Well, yeah, man, I'm just going to be breaking down for, about probably 10 more minutes, just going through this film, breaking down RG3 and seeing how, Kyle Shanahan used him and the similarities between him and Trey are there, regarding arm strength as far as getting the ball downfield and mobility, while Trey has maybe more velocity on his arm and maybe not quite as much mobility as RG3. I think there's a lot of similarities. Uh-oh, is my stream unavailable,
Yeah,
bro? Is my stream unavailable right
yeah,
now?
it went unavailable on YouTube. So I switched over to your StreamYard link.
Oh, it did? Man, all right. That's too bad. That's too bad. I wonder why it does that, because these videos are on YouTube, right? And I'm
Uh-huh.
not playing the
Yeah.
music. I'm not playing the music. So I don't understand. They keep saying they take down the stream because of copyright issues.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But what's weird is this is a YouTube video I'm playing. And I'm not playing the music in the background. So what's the copyright issue? Right? That don't make
It's so
sense,
random
man.
on YouTube. I see a lot of live streams get taken down for no reason.
Yeah, that's something. Man, that's something. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the broadcast, but we're gonna stay back here and watch the little film if you want, brother.